Welcome back, my beautiful family. I hope you have your sluttiest dress on because this is the tell-all. I really wanted to fit in with the other girls, so I'm not wearing anything. While we're on the subject, let's take a look at everyone's outfits, shall we? First up, we got Rob the Knob. He looks nice and blue, but the sparkles are gay. Colt is playing with tarot cards. No wonder his life went down the drain. Too bad those cards didn't tell him that his outfit sucks. Elise is wearing her signature boob sling dress. She wears them way too much, and I don't care what shape your body is. Those dresses are not flattering on anyone. I think it looks especially bad on her because it highlights her dogs running into different yards.
Red, hey, everybody. Power couple, Red's a power 10.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh my God. Movie out. Hey, your nipple's going.
Okay. Tiffany's dress just reminds me of Abby Cadabby, and similar to Elise, this style is the only one she wore the entire show, off the shoulders. And it looks good. It looks good on her, but like mix it up a little bit. Tim is wearing a black and red suit, and I don't like this either. The gradient makes it look very cheap. It just reminds me of a Halloween costume, and it doesn't really fit him very good. Chantal, at first I thought she shaved the side of her head, but I'm hoping it's just slicked back. Besides that, I love the ponytail with the little flowers. The dress is meh, but I don't think she has very many options with those watermelons. Cole, or whatever his name is, the wallflower guy, is wearing a very boring blazer. Boring just like his personality. So many of the cast members thought that he was insanely hot, and I don't really see it. He reminds me of a little boy, like a little 5-year-old boy, and he was probably super adorable, but he grew up and he still kind of just looks like that little 5-year-old. Jennifer is wearing a white blazer with nothing underneath, but that's okay because we could easily choke her out with her stupid matador looking necklace. I couldn't stand Jennifer, you guys. She is absolutely stunning from head to toe, but her insides are as ugly as her outsides are beautiful. I don't even like calling her beautiful because after watching her, I think she is an ugly person through and through. Like, I think she's a bad person. And I've never said that about anyone on this show before. Finally, Courtney. I don't like her dress either. I don't think yellow looks good on blondes. I don't like the Dijon colored leggings. It looks very old lady. And normally I like the long princessy gloves that girls wear, but this just isn't doing it for me. Finally, after we go around the table with our stupid introductions, we get started with Usman, who was runner-up as the biggest loser after Carlo.
Despite your best attempts, Courtney decided to move on with Colt.
I just don't get it.
From the very beginning, Usman was painting himself out to be some sort of prize. At one point, he even said that women flock to him, they throw themselves at him. If you don't know, this moron has been on the show twice. First with Grandma Lisa, who for some reason is called Baby Girl Lisa, more like Get in the Grave Lisa. Then he got with Kimbali, who he strung along for months, taking all of the gifts that she would buy for him, which were a lot. But we can't get into that yet because first we have to deal with him being an insecure pansy.
Why do you have so much beef with Tim? What did he do to you?
Did you see his social media?
There was some online drama. I saw that.
Tim's eyeballs are the best. I would want to be his friend just so I could sit across the table from him and watch his face. Anyways, Usman had a conniption fit because Tim unfriended him on Instagram.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Can you imagine a grown man being that petty? The last time I heard someone getting upset over something like this, it was a 7th grade girl on MySpace.
Before I met him, like, we follow each other. Then he unfollowed me and he blocked me.
Oh my gosh, how could you block the mighty Usman? The world-renowned musician. Everybody knows who Usman is. He's so famous and wealthy and cool. Who do you think you are, Tim?
Because I want you to know how I feel. I'm not gonna.
But come to me like a man, don't be.
Isn't it rich? Coming from Usman, who claims he is such a man. He was a way better choice than Colt, but he's breaking down over one dude unfollowing him on Instagram. And to make it worse, Usman had Tim's number. He could have texted him or called him, hey man, like, is something going on? But instead, he puts his stupid post up on social media like a little diva. Tim is explaining his side of the story to Usman, and Usman refused to listen. He just talks over him the entire time. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care if you are in the right or not. If you're doing that, you've lost. At the end of the day, you're a loser.
I unfollowed you on social. Are you 5 years old?
Unblock me after I lose.
Usman.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Usman.
It's embarrassing, and Tim already made himself look like such an idiot on this show, making himself sound like he was so much better than everyone else. And look how fragile his ego is. And look how adorable my dog is. Bailey, say hi. Oh, pretty Bailey. Oh, you pretty Bailey. Good. We got a new replacement host, thank the Lord. Decides to switch the focus to Courtney and Colt, which isn't a big shift because Usman was part of that triangle. These two announce that they are still living together in her parents' house.
It's definitely different. I mean,
I just don't get it. Like,
he's so salty that Courtney chose Colt over him. And on one hand, I get it. Usman isn't homeless, but also no one's trying to move to Nigeria. Sorry. Courtney, tell us how it all played out. Why did you end up choosing Colty?
I'd say maybe we were a week and a half in, and it's like Usman still hadn't asked me on a date yet.
Usman was telling her, I don't just like you, I love you. But he never asked her on a date, and it's because he thinks he's something special. He thinks the women should be chasing him, Bailey.
Usman really disrespected Colt, so
no, I didn't disrespect him.
I never had any thoughts on Usman during his previous seasons. You know, he was like, whatever, take it or leave it, I don't care. But in this season, he really showed his true colors. Tim is calling him out on disrespecting Colt at the beach, and Suki, our new host, is like, hang on, guys, we got the clip.
I mean, she should be with somebody who is so much better, not you.
You think you're better than me?
I will, but I think I'm more man than you.
The gall to say something like that out loud to his face. He obviously thinks he's better than Colt.
Right now, I look more man than him. And he has pot belly. I don't even know how you can see the...
Stop breathing. He is so jealous. Tim is like, you don't think that was disrespectful? And he goes, no. So then the whole cast gets on his case, so he finally apologizes. Colt is like, honestly, you guys, I don't care. And I believe him. I don't think Colt gives a rip what Usman thinks about anything. But Tim cannot handle Usman being a bully, and he wants him to own it.
I'm taking up for him because it's not right on you to pick up.
You are a female.
You know what?
Pick it up.
You, Usman.
I love this. Unfortunately, though, the screen didn't break, and Usman's just on the floor talking all kinds of smack.
Yeah, pick him up. Is he still there?
You are a very stupid guy. I don't know why you acting like that.
You guys, I can't handle it when someone is just running their mouth. Tim and Colt are living rent-free in his head.
Mother, you date seniors. Shut the up.
Piece of shit. Shut up.
Oh, doesn't the truth hurt Usman? But anyways, Courtney ended up catching Colt messaging other girls, just like he's done in all of his other relationships. It's like he's addicted to it. He's not gonna change. And Courtney took him back afterwards. All right, she's a sweet girl, but she's about as sharp as the doorknob.
I saw he's making effort. He's trying to start clean.
I know how to woo a woman.
I don't know how he does it, but Colty does have good game. Not only does he have multiple women in his roster at any given time, but they're usually good-looking women too.
How's your sex life?
Brother, You go ahead, sweetie.
Usman is about to crap his pants. I can't believe he wants to know how it was. And why do we have to know all of these details? Someone said that this show is so old-fashioned, and I'm like, what? Compared to what? Pornhub?
How was it?
Super.
What's that, brother?
Why are you asking? However, they reveal to us that due to the amount of painkillers he's on from his injury, it's difficult for him to perform, so they've been spicing things up in other ways. Courtney's feelings are hurt though. She thinks if he can't perform, it must be because he's not attracted to her.
It makes you question, like, okay, I can't get your hard.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow? Stop being so old-fashioned, Chantal. Tim goes up to bat for Colty, revealing that when he was with Veronica, he broke his hot dog because he spent 9 hours cooking it.
Huh?
What woman on the planet wants to cook a hot dog for 9 hours? Ouch.
I injured my penis when I was with Veronica. I had to see a urologist for 9 months.
Moving on. Now we're with Tiffany, who left the resort with shovel face and shocking revelation. They're not together anymore, but they still talk daily because now he's her personal trainer. Oh, also, her new boyfriend's name is Ronald, which is the name of her ex, who was a complete disaster.
I'm trying to make the house a home as best I can so I can set it up for when you get here, hopefully.
And then if it's wise, why do you do anything alone?
Then they bring up her relationship with Carlo, and she reminds everyone what a douche he was. Not that she needed to remind anyone. Nobody's ever gonna forget. And look, there he is waiting backstage. He was so awful they didn't even want to invite him on the set, even though he was like the center of all the drama. But before he comes out, Suki asks Elise what happened with her and Carlo. Because remember, he ran to her after Tiffany rejected him.
We lasted probably a solid month and a half, 2 months after Tulum. I broke up with him.
What a shocker. On the show, Elise was desperate for any love, any attention, any affection, and even she threw Carlo away. I guess he was too controlling or whatever. It doesn't matter. He sucks.
So everybody please welcome Carlo.
Loser. Loser Tiffany rips him a new one for how he acted on the show despite her being so cordial to him, especially given the fact that he had hooked up with another girl while telling her she was his number one.
It's so weird that you would tell Tiffany that you hooked up with Elise and then feel like that she wasn't upset enough.
100%. After the big reveal, when Tiffany had no reaction, he was so bothered he went back to her when the cameras were gone, groveling. If she had started crying, he wouldn't have gone back. There is something seriously wrong with this guy.
Bro, you came back over to guilt trip her and feeling bad for you after you somebody else.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Okay, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't think Carlo wanted to come to the tell-all at all because he knew he was gonna look like a total idiot on camera. I think that TLC begged him to come on. They were probably like, oh, just 10 minutes, Carlo. You'll be in and out, we promise. Tiffany reveals to everyone that Carlo told her he's only picking Elise because he felt so bad for her after their hookup. And Suki's like, yeah, you said you can't take her home either.
I don't think he just slept with her though. They had a friendship the entire time from day one.
You were dating other men.
You were dating other men.
Here's Courtney once again showing off her IQ. And I think Colt is just backing her up because there is nothing more important to him than eating tacos. Tiffany says it's not like he just took another girl out on a date. He was sleeping with her.
You know, when you do that as a grown-up, you expect honesty in return.
He was honest. He came and told
Clearly.
you.
I don't even know how Courtney could be taking Carlo's side. Do you guys remember when Usman asked another girl on a date? They weren't even physical. She was super hurt and heartbroken. But this guy's hoochieing someone else the same day he's pouring his heart out to her, and that's fine?
I was honest to everyone, so I don't hurt anyone's feelings. But when it came to me, no one gives a
Okay, ladies, can we lighten up on the language? Oh, wait, I'm sorry, that's a little old-fashioned. Never mind. Elise ends up apologizing to Tiffany for what happened. She seemed very sincere and tells Tiffany that based on what Carlo was telling her, she didn't think Tiffany was gonna have a problem with it.
What was he saying to you specifically, though?
He told me he didn't feel attracted to her.
Elise, I think you should consider moving before Carlo shows up at your house with a sawed-off shotgun. To nobody's surprise, Carlo starts lying right through his teeth, saying, I never said that.
That's not true.
And you didn't tell Tiffany you the dumbest bitch on the planet?
They're grilling him and he still denies it, okay? How restarted do you think everyone is, dude? He was texting these things back and forth between all of them, assuming he'd never get caught, but he does, again. Production brings out Tiffany's phone and the texts are read out loud for everyone to hear.
I think she's dumb, but that I made a decision to be friends and a dumb person.
The justice being served is delicious. And it doesn't stop here. Rob got wind of Carlo also talking all kinds of trash about Cole, who was his closest friend at the resort.
Well, I'm curious, Cole, how do you feel believing everything that Carlo says, knowing that he talks shit about you?
Caught red-handed again! Elise chimes in saying that the night before she was with Cole, Tiffany, and Tim, they were all sharing what Carlo had been privately texting to them and quickly realized that he was ripping them to pieces behind their backs while playing the nice guy to their face.
I'm gonna give you a reason to talk shit behind my back and to not trust me. You did talk shit. You're fat and ugly, right? You're a dumb bitch.
Oh man, his heart has got to be racing out of his chest right now. Then they put the screenshots on the big screen. Rob and Cole are both dumbfounded that he has the most to say about the people that he was closest to. He remained in communication with them after it was over. And I've thought about it. I can't think of a single reason why he would be doing this.
You are creepy as sh.
We were all here in New York filming Between the Sheets. I gave her my phone. She gave me her phone.
These two, who had hated each other towards the end of the trip, end up becoming besties once they realized that Carlo was playing them both, saying the most disgusting things about them.
I might look like a whore on TV, and maybe I say some things I should shut my mother mouth for, but you know I'm a good person.
Elise continues reading him the riot act with just a couple little obscenities like sprinkled on. You guys, I don't mean to sound like a prude, but it's just too much, like all the time. Colty cuts in while the girls are ripping him a new one, saying he wants to hear Carlo defend himself. And then Tim jumps in.
He's a piece of shit, and we're gonna say that, and no one's gonna interject.
Tim, why don't you just stay over there and shut the up?
What?
Colty, you're a fat gimp. You couldn't defend yourself against a bee.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Where does this confidence come from?
There's nothing Carlo can say. Nothing. The only thing that Carlo can do is to apologize and admit his shit and just get the hell out.
That is the only smart thing Usman has ever said. And Carlo does exactly what he suggests. He gives a terrible one-sentence apology, hightails it out of there, and everyone goes to break. Courtney starts telling Colty how sad she was for Carlo because he was being ganged up on and is like,
Everybody's talking shit. Tim and Tiffany were the biggest shit talkers at the resort.
I'm sorry, what are you doing right now? You were hands down the biggest gossip there. You're the one who can't keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, she was being a bitch.
Courtney, if you're gonna talk shit, at least be sneaky.
I know that a lot of you don't like Tiffany. I think she's great. She's confident but level-headed. So after the break, we dive into the drama with Tim, and he had a lot of drama with Jennifer. It really can't be avoided though, because unless you're kissing her butt and telling her how gorgeous she is, she's gonna tear you down, ruin your reputation, she'll talk over you every single time. And has anybody noticed how she does all of this with a smile on her face? On Between the Sheets, she's being the biggest snake, and she just smiles and laughs it off at the end of every sentence.
That's being a bitch with me, the director.
I hate it. You know she has been doing this exact same thing since she was a little girl to get her way.
One time, we went to a strip club.
Okay.
And he paid to a guy to dance for me.
This is where all the drama started. At the beginning, Tim approached her and tried to clear the air so this wouldn't happen, but she cannot help herself. She told everyone at the resort he's so gay, and obviously that's why he didn't sleep with her when they were dating. It couldn't be any other reason. Tim defends himself, saying that he got her a male stripper to prove to her that he's not a jealous dude like all of her exes that she's always talking about. But she just denies. Then they bring out Veronica.
She really struggles with the idea that Tim wasn't like completely obsessed with her and like.
I totally agree with this. I think unless she has absolute control of the relationship, she doesn't want it. That's why she chose Carlo over Rob, because Carlo is a pushover.
Jennifer, yes, I did. You're right, but not in the beginning. For years, I didn't say.
If you have nothing to hide, if you've done nothing wrong, then let the other person speak. If they're lying, they're just gonna dig themselves into a hole, like some other people. Tim is asking, why do you keep telling everyone I'm gay? We were together 7 years ago or whatever it was. Why are you still doing this?
I never talk about you, Tim. I never do.
But we just watched you.
We just watched it. No.
Once again, airhead Courtney has to chime in and say that Jennifer isn't lying about this or that, so they shouldn't call her a liar. And then they have to break it down to her one syllable at a time where their anger is coming from. Courtney, just sit down and shut your pie hole.
A month later, you told me you needed another $1,000
You never
for...
gave me anything. You never sent me any money, Tim.
So after all of this drama started, Tim had to defend himself and finally revealed that all she cared about was money, and she ended up dumping him when he stopped sending her money. And then she's like, well, where are the receipts, huh? Big mistake. Big.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
So look at those 2 pages.
I have no time for this.
Wow, isn't it weird how she has all of this time to slander him to every single person that she meets, but now she doesn't have time for the proof that she requested? Also, isn't it interesting that the cast is able to prove on camera with screenshots the evidence? And Danielle, who has screamed receipts and evidence for years, has never produced a single thing. I was just wondering about that.
So 15 transactions, but she says I never sent her nothing.
Take your transactions and put it where the sun doesn't like.
Maybe the sun can shed some light on the English vocabulary for you.
I gave her what I could, and she's done nothing but make up shit that I'm gay.
I really don't like her. You know how, like, on this show, there's someone that you just love to hate? I don't even love to hate her. I don't want to see her ever again. I don't want to hear her voice. She's poison. Moving on. Let's talk about how Tim flirted with the women at the resort.
Is your number 2 or 3 digits?
Number for what?
How many people you is it in 2 or 3 digits?
2.
Is anyone, like, in the single digits?
Nope.
I'm probably just too old-fashioned and should be canceled. But seriously, does anyone blame him for asking her that? She was throwing herself at anything that could breathe. Elise says she stopped paying attention to Tim because he wasn't pursuing her and asking her on a date.
I put my phone number in his pocket one
Yeah.
day. But that was like 15 years ago.
Veronica tells Elise that Tim is a very slow mover. He needs a woman that will take the reins in the relationship, otherwise he basically assumes that she doesn't like him. I think Tim is just super mega insecure.
He is super sweet. So the fact that he's able to get vulnerable with me, like, means a lot. It does.
Oh, look at Tim. I bet he's blushing underneath all that blush that's caked onto his face. Then Tim asks her if she wants to go out, and Veronica's like, no, Tim, you need to ask her on a date.
Okay. Elise, princess.
Tell her she's pretty.
You're very beautiful.
So thanks to his trusty wingman, Tim gets a date with Elise, and during the break, Veronica reminds Elise that she needs to be the aggressor in the relationship, and that will give Tim the courage to be more aggressive with her. I actually thought it was really sweet.
Once you've gone out with him, once he feels like more comfortable, he will plan things. He will be so sweet.
Meanwhile, he's playing with Chantal's hair. It's kind of hard not to believe the gay accusations, buddy. Like, your eyeliner is thicker than mine. Moving on, we're turning to Jen and Cole. It's killing me that Rob is still hurt over her. How can you see all of this happening and how conniving she is, and you still want her? Oh, she is the best example of a succubus that I've ever seen. Like, the definition. And Cole is still salty about Rob being into her. Like, what do you expect? It was a singles getaway, you idiot. Was that too harsh?
But he's like probably insane when the doors are closed.
She never went back to Rob after that, right?
Oh. It's just so unnecessary. She chose you. Why are you rubbing dirt into his wound? They put up a flashback of the drama going on with Colt and Rob and how all the women were jumping on Jen because she was clearly stringing them both along and they hated seeing it. One of the things that Jen was telling the women is that Cole was stalking her, waiting outside of her door at 4 in the morning, and he denies doing that.
Okay, that doesn't mean it's true. Jen makes shit up all the time.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, you done did it now. You're gonna pay for that one.
That was not that night. That was another night.
That was that night, Jen.
How do you have any desire to stay with someone who lies so shamelessly? You can't trust her with anything. Oh my gosh, just wait till Cole finds out what she was doing with Rob. It's gonna be a disaster. And I bet you he is still going to stay with her after she makes up some lame excuse. Jennifer tells the cast that this issue started because Tim and Tiffany were just making up all these rumors, and Tiffany tries to defend herself, but she can't because, again, Jennifer just keeps talking over her, saying nothing. Listen to what she says.
Bullshit.
Like
there's
everything,
nothing where I'm saying anything that's a
gossip,
lie.
everything,
But there's literally...
Elise chimes in saying that Jen was controlling both Cole and Rob, making sure that they weren't talking to any other girls.
Actually, I did encourage Colt and Rob to date other people.
This is ridiculous. She never outright said to them, hey, don't do that, but she would absolutely punish them. She'd give them the cold shoulder, or she'd give affection to another dude right in front of them. And then she makes it seem like it's their fault that she's acting that way.
Never been jealous of you.
Well, then don't yell at your boyfriend for hanging out with me to talk about literally this.
So she says she's not jealous, but when she finds out that Carlo had gone to Elisa's hotel waiting to meet up with the others, she blows a gasket.
I told you I was gonna go hang out with them. I went to Elisa's room till about 10 minutes.
What?
How much do you want to bet that she's going to break up with him on set because he's saying things that she doesn't like? I'd bet $1 million if I had it. Cole is getting frustrated because Jen has already heard this story. He told her all of it, and now she's acting like he did something wrong. She plays the same card over and over. As soon as she has a little tiny thing to hold over his head, she's gonna hold it.
We came into this retreat together.
Shut up. I cannot listen to you with that bad tan.
She is such a bully. I was gonna make a video on Elise, but I changed my mind because she's already been put through the ringer. She did make herself look really bad, and I think she knows that and she's embarrassed about it. Jen, on the other hand, she should be getting dragged just as much as Carlo, if not more.
She tried to make him cheat on me.
What?
She really just pulls things right out of her butt. She'll say anything, and Cole's just sitting there like, yeah, well, that's Jen for you. Like, is it really worth being with a woman who's super beautiful when she's acting like that? I really want to know. I've got like 5 dudes who watch my channel. Can you please put it in the comment section? And that is the end of the first tell-all. Part 2 will be next week, and hopefully it will not be dragged into 4 parts. Leave me some love in the comment section, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. My pretty baby girl. Pretty baby girl. Pretty baby girl. Happiest girl around. Do do do.